like really close with them. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like, I don't know, it's like they're your best friends talking to you on FaceTime without the video. That's what it feels like. Podcast feels like for me. It's just really, really intimate. So you can build that like know and trust factor a lot quicker than you could through, say, like a blog post or something. Another reason to start a podcast in 2024 is that you can bring your own unique spin to your show. I know some people may feel like podcasting is, everyone has the same style of show. Everyone has like an interview show where everyone has like solo episodes. But the beautiful thing about podcasting is you can do whatever you want with it. You can make it your own. You can add your own unique flair to it. And that's what makes you stand out and makes it different and makes people want to listen to your show. Number 3, podcast listeners are loyal. They are, once they find a podcast that they really enjoy, they're going to come back week after week after week as long as you are serving them with content that is relevant to them. Obviously, if you're pulling random content out of thin air, people aren't going to resonate with that as much. But if you are, really listening to what they have to say and taking their feedback into consideration, they're going to stick by you and be loyal and recommend you to their friends and family and anyone who needs to hear your message. They are going to be those people who are recommending you. Number 4, podcasting opens the doors for other opportunities. So it allows you to, especially if a guest on your show allows you to connect with new people, and these guests can be new connections. I know for me, I have had people on my show that have then turned around to be in my summits and bundles. I've turned around to be in their summits and bundles and on their podcast. So it's a really, really great collaboration opportunity. And it's not just like a one and done thing. Like you had an interview with someone, then you never talk again. I mean, obviously not every single podcast guest is going to pan out into something, something more than just a podcast interview. But the chances of it doing that are much higher than, if you didn't have a podcast per se. And then lastly, it's a quick and easy way to get in front of your ideal audience, and is more low effort than having to show up on video. I know for me, when I first started my podcast back in 2018, I had absolutely no desire to be on video. So having an audio podcast was a great compromise because I was able to connect with people and get my message out there without having to worry about how I looked or, I just had to worry about how I sounded. And to me, that was so much easier than focusing on looks because, some days I don't want to like get all dressed up. Like as I'm recording this, I'm wearing a sweatshirt and yoga pants. Like I'm not wearing a nice outfit by any means. I look just pretty casual. So with video, I felt like I had to be dressed up and put on makeup and the whole 9 yards. And you don't have to do that with podcasting. I mean, of course, I do typically record video for my podcast, not necessarily my solo episodes, but for my guest episodes, I will record the video too, just so we can use clips of it and whatnot. But it's just a very low effort way to get in front of people and get your message out there without, having to feel like, getting over the way you look or feeling like you have to be dressed up all the time or not liking your smile or whatever that may be. So in short, no, I really don't think that the podcast world is oversaturated by any means. There is still a lot of room for you to show up and own your expertise and show up like the boss I know you are. Everyone has different teaching styles. So even if there are other podcasts out there that focus on your chosen topic, no worries. You can still stand out and attract people who enjoy your energy. There is a podcast for everyone. There's a person for everyone. So allow yourself to be that person that someone needs to hear from. So there's really absolutely no reason to get discouraged about starting a podcast because there's only one you, and the people who resonate with you will love everything you have to offer. So I just encourage you, if you've been sitting on the fence for months or years, to really go ahead. And if you're really still feeling compelled and called to do the thing and start the podcast, go for it, because I think that is going to be wonderful for you in the long run, even though you probably are feeling like that imposter syndrome right now. In the long run, you're going to thank yourself 10 times over for going for it and committing to it. So yeah, those are the 5 reasons why I think you should start a podcast in 2024, because podcasting is not oversaturated And there's still plenty of room for everyone out there that wants to start a podcast. So yeah, I would love to hear from you. Do you have a podcast already? Are you planning on starting one this year? Let me know over on Instagram. Our handle is just Savvy Podcasting on Instagram. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode.